Hey, shalom, shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, whom I learn from. Peace and salutation to the elect. This is Brother Barak coming at you with another lesson. I pray is edifying and exhorting. And this lesson is going to be titled Hired Agents. Okay. And we know these guys to be hired agents. Like back then, like even back then, they would come, covertly, because of course they was hired, they're spies, you see. But now, it's like it's the same tactic, but very different. They sending out these so-called apologists. You have a lot of things on the internet. 'Cause that's what the internet does. The heavy carrying the heavy load, as the Apostle Gabar says. Pushing this truth, right? So then they raise up all these other people, to try to combat the true doctrine of Yahweh Shai. You got these other Israelite sects, coming with different names, different doctrines, different gospels. But ultimately, all these guys are hired agents, man. Whether they, took a bag on this side, which a lot of them did, and we go prove that in the scriptures. A lot of these guys, took a bag, you see. And also, what is that? Yeah, and also, man, they just really just working, for the left hand of the Lord, man. The spiritual demon Satan, man. Just like Yahweh Shai told Judas Iscariot, he said, "Do what thou does, man. Go do what you got to do quickly, man." You see, and then the scripture tell you, then Satan entered into him. You see, so it's a spiritual thing, but Judas Iscariot also physically sold out for money. But let's go here. In the title of this chapter, Salakia, is Adversaries Hinder the Work, Ezra 4:1. Now, when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity builded the temple unto the Lord Yahweh, God of Israel, the adversaries, which is going to explain as we read down who the adversaries are. But let's get that word adversaries, although brothers know what that means, but let's get it here in the Bible. Tazar, narrow, tight, straits, distress, adversary, foe, enemy, oppressor, hard, pebble, flint. Hey, what the Lord said in the book of Ezekiel. He said, though their foreheads be as flint, make your forehead hard against their foreheads, So although they're trying to overthrow and trying to hinder the building of the temple, which we are the temple. And you got to understand how powerful this word is, and the doctrine is. If now, look at the great measures that they're going through, starting with Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. Look at the great measures they're going through, and the rest of these other nations, to hinder this word from going out. But the thing is, you can't stop it because this is of the Lord. This is prophecy, That's why you can't stop it. And even going back into the book of Ezra, let me jump over here to chapter 1 real quick. Just to read the first verse, Ezra chapter 1, verse 1. Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of Yahweh by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord Yahweh stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all of his kingdom, and put it also in writing, saying, Thus says Cyrus, king of Persia, Yahweh, God of heaven have given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he hath charged me to build him an house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah. Okay, so you can read, I believe it's go Jeremiah chapter 25, and also Jeremiah 29, and also in the book of Isaiah, the Lord calls Cyrus his anointed. Why? Because he chose Cyrus to give the proclamation, to send us back into the land, to rebuild the temple. Okay. So the point of me reading this, it says that the word of the Lord in verse 1, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled. So it's been prophesied that in the last days we would be standing upon our feet, okay, and the Lord will be supping with us again before his return, before our salvation. You read Revelation 11 and 11, Ezekiel the 37th chapter, two scriptures that come to my mind off the top. So that's why we're here building, because it was prophesied, and that you see that the words of the prophets are being fulfilled right now as we speak during this lesson. Okay, and then we also see what the adversaries, right? Because they're going to try to hinder, they're going to try to slow us down. Satan's going to be attacking us on all sides, right? You see, verse 2, back here in Ezra 4 and 2, it says, Then they came to Zerubbabel. You see, they went to the chief men, right? That's why you see the leaders of these different Israelite groups. That's who have been contradicted, and what they're doing, they're leading the sheep astray. That's why we give double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. They have not sold out, you know. The water Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah for placing us up under this rulership up under his true doctrine, man. You see? So we have to really take heed to this blessed position that we're in and how powerful this word is. Because you could have been in any one of these groups that where these dudes sold out at. Because look where they went to. They went to Zerubbabel. And I believe Zerubbabel was the governor. Let's see. Let's see if it says that in the interlinear. I believe he was the governor. Yep. It says the grandson of King Jehoiachin and leader of the first group of returning exiles from Babylon. So he was the leader. And I believe in the scriptures, it says he was the governor of Judah. Right? But nevertheless, verse 2, then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your God as ye do, and we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Ashur, which brought us up hither. And we know that was the king of Assyria. When what we can go to is that's when what is that? That's when the northern kingdom, Salakia, brain lapsed on me. That's when the northern kingdom was removed by the Assyrians. They was taken captive by the Assyrians, and what happened was they placed other nations in the land. God damn. All right, well, I'm gonna have to close this app. Okay, so let me go here. I get it here. Get to the book of 1 Kings, chapter 17. It might be 2 Kings because it's speaking about Elijah. Yeah, it must be 2 Kings. Okay, so this is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 17. I'll start at 23 and get straight to the point. Until Yahweh removed Israel out of his sight, meaning what? He removed them out of the land. As he had said by all his servants, the prophets, so was Israel carried away out of their own land to Assyria unto this day. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon, and from Cutha, and from Ava, and from Hamath, and from Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel, and they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. You see? So that's these nations that say that they've been serving our power, since the days that Esarhaddon, king of Assyria, which brought them there, right? So now let's get, well, we don't got to get it, but this goes perfectly with John the 4th chapter, the woman at the well. Ye worship what you know not. We know what we worship. Okay. But verse 3, the upright man Zerubbabel, but Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, ye have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our power, but we ourselves together will build unto Yahweh, God of Israel, as King Cyrus, the king of Persia, have commanded us. Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah and troubled them in building. And I just thought about Zerubbabel, Jeshua, and the rest of those chief fathers of Israel. They had to come back, start with the elder Abba Bivens. They had to come back on the Great Millstone side, man, and stick to this doctrine, not selling out, because what the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. Those same spirits came back, And remember, too, when Jeremiah, let's get this, that Ezekiel, he went to the chief men. I believe it was that in Isaiah where it said, enter into the gates of the noble, because at the gates of the noble, that's where the chief men dwelt at. But let's get this Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 1. Moreover, the Spirit lifted me up and brought me unto the east gate of Yahweh's house, which looked eastward. And behold, and that's a heavy place to be. And behold, at the door of the gate 25 men among whom I saw Jazaniah, the son of Azur, and Pelathiah, the son of Benaniah, princes of the people. You see? So these were princes. These were top men of the people. Going back to just like during the time of Moses, who you had Korah, Dathan, I'm just roughly paraphrasing, they ain't trying to remember. You had them and what they came up and spoke against Moses, and the Lord consumed them. So we tying this all together with these other nations and also the wicked of the nation of Israel. You see, because what they did, they came to the chief men of Israel, but the upright man, held their position in the fear of the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. But what we see today, the chief of the chief rulers of these different congregations, they sold out. And then a lot of those other little Christian groups, they just ain't got it. But they just threw. But let's keep going and get to the point. Ezra 4:4. Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah and troubled them in their building. NLT, then the local residents tried to discourage and frighten the people of Judah to keep them from their work. That's why you got all the conscious community. Everybody want to debate. You got people coming up to the camps. You got YouTube censoring your videos, shadow banning you. Okay. You got, man, it's just so much wickedness that's going on out here. But the scriptures tell us that we wrestle against wickedness in high places. So what they're doing, they're trying to weaken the hands. That they're troubling us in the building of the temple, because we're building with these words, doing these edifying videos. That's what that word edify goes into to build. Okay, but this is the point I want to get to. Verse 5: and hired counselors against them to frustrate their purpose all the days of Cyrus, king of Persia, even until the reign of Darius, king of Persia. So you would know that it took some time to finally get this thing built up. First we had got the altar. I believe during the time of Ezra, the altar got built up, that we started making sacrifices. And then it took another, I believe, at least 60 years, to get the gates and the cities and everything else built back up. But it says, and hired counselors against them. But when you read this in NLT, it says what? They bribed agents. I came across this the other day when I was doing my live camp. So it says they bribed agents to work against them and to frustrate their plans. This went on during the entire reign of King Cyrus of Persia and lasted until King Darius of Persia took the throne. So it shows you what? These dudes have been paid off. They've been hired. They've been bribed. And I love what it said in NLT. It says they bribed agents, but hired, the word hired, shakar, to hire oneself to earn wages. So yeah, they doing this. They got $150 million. Goddamn, shit, top flight security of the world, Craig. Let's see what they got for counselors. What is that? That's not to advise, consult, give counsel, purpose, devise, plan. So they done gave these niggas money, to plan how to slow down this building. But let's get Acts the 5th chapter. See, this is why this thing cannot be slowed down. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Hey man, the scriptures say the word of the Lord will not return unto him void. Acts chapter 5, verse 34. Then stood there up one in the council, a Pharisee named Gamaliel, a doctor of the law, had in reputation among all the people, and commanded to put the apostles forth a little space. So this is another chief man. And said unto them, ye men of Israel, take heed to yourselves what ye intend to do as touching these men. For before these days rose up Theudius, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who were slain in all. As many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught. After this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of the taxing, and drew away much people after him. He also perished in all. Even as many as obeyed him were dispersed. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men, and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it, lest happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High. You see, so that's why, this doctrine is still standing. And that's why the words of the prophets are being made known to be true. Okay, it's standing because it's of the Lord. It said, unless you be happily to fight against the Most High. Even look at Apostle Paul, which his former name was Saul. He was trying to overthrow the church and he couldn't overthrow it. He found out that he was kicking against the pricks. He was fighting against the Lord. You see? You see how powerful this word is, man? Eventually, all of them will be stopped, man. The scriptures tell you that in Titus, whose mouths must be stopped. All these hired agents is you know, you sold out for nothing, man. And you gonna be punished for that. But this isn't nothing new. They always sought to slow us down, man. They look at the stuff they put in the man. They spent some money trying to keep the nation of Israel from waking up again. But it's all prophecy. It's all prophecy, brothers. You already know. So now let's get just a few more precepts, you know. And even when you when I ain't gonna read it because I read it the other day at the live camp. But you read down on this. On this chapter, they tell you why they don't want Jake up in there. They know how Jake get when we serving the Lord, when we doing right, man. Can't nobody fuck with us. Let's get the book of Judith. The book of Judith and the Apocrypha. Bear with me, chapter 5 and I start at verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be an error against this people and they sin against their power, let us consider that this should be their ruin, and let us go up and we shall overcome them. You see? So our ruin, our shortcoming is when we're going against the Lord, when we're sinning, when we're allowing in sin. Okay? But if there be no iniquity in their nation, they know that's why we're trying to rebuild the temple, rebuild the altar to make sacrifices unto the Lord. And now we're doing it in the spirit. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. You see, that's exactly what happens, man. The Lord go fight for us, man. When we sacrificing to him, when we doing right, calling upon his name, praying unto him, hey, the Lord fights for us, man. It's the Lord that go out and fight for us. Call Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Hey, so you agents, hey, y'all niggas wasted y'all time. You Israelite niggas that took the bag and you know you're an Israelite and you sold out. Nigga, you gonna be beaten with many stripes. Goddamn snitch. Hey, let's go to what I was about to get. Yeah, I want to get Howard Shy. Matthew 26. Matthew chapter 26 and I'll start at 59. Now the chief priests, remember, here go the top men within the nation of Israel, the chief priests and elders, and all the council sought false witness against Yahushua to put him to death. You see that? Bro, the spirit gonna get turned up on these other groups, and man, they gonna really seek to lay hands on us, man. This shit finna get bad, man. It's finna get real bad because there's nothing new under the sun. But we already read, man, the Lord that's who go fight for us. It's prophecy that the Lord will defend us. When the enemy should come in like a flood, the Lord will lift up a standard, man. Brother, so don't even worry. But it says, so they've sought false witnesses. Let's get this false witnesses. It's supposed to be an honor to tell the truth. You know? Like what you, right? Damn, so you niggas, that's why the scripture say, what do it for profit a man to gain the world, but to lose his soul? Like you niggas lost your integrity. You telling lies. You coming against the Lord. You know? Altering the scriptures, altering the doctrine. What else I was thinking about? Okay, salt. Zito. To seek in order to find, to seek, i.e. require, demand. So they demanded somebody to lie. But we know in order to get somebody to do that, what? You had to offer them something. You had to bribe them something. It's just like Judas. Look at Judas. Hey, man, I don't want to get into that, man. Yeah, but he sold out the Lord, then tried to return the money. That show you that, man, they conscience go eat them up once the Lord really turn this thing up. They spirit go eat them up from the inside out. Because you know you dead ass wrong, man. All you goddamn sellouts, man. First you got everybody want to be a Christian, all the different nations. They want to come build. Oh yeah, God love everybody. We debunked that. We went into the word Gentiles and we straightened that out through the spirit. Okay? And then now it's to the point, oh yeah, we Israelites. Now the Israelites coming up against the doctrine. The Israelites trying to leave the back door open for the rest of the nations. Or the Israelites trying to hide the name. Or the Israelites trying to hide what the mark of the beast is. Come on, man. You got to pay for that, man. Read Ezekiel. What is that? I believe the 35th chapter, man. What the Lord go do to you false shepherds. His word false witness. Pseudo we know martyr goes to martyr, we're gonna witness, but pseudo, a lot of these dudes out here false witnesses, man. You don't really bear the testimony of Yahweh Shai, because you don't have prophets that ooh, that's it. Because when you read down here strong definition, what do it say? I'm gonna highlight it right here for you, Akim. It says untrue testimony. You niggas don't got the true testimony, which you brothers already know where I'm going now. You gotta have that true testimony. Revelation 19:10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. You see? That's why the scriptures say, melt not with them that are given a change. Can two come together lest they be agreed? You people, you niggas ain't got the testimony of the Lord, man. Worship Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So if you ain't talking about the MOTB, if you ain't talking about the salvation of the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel only, okay? If you saying that the 12 tribe chart is different from other than what it is, than what we teach, okay? You know? If you say the so-called UFOs ain't the chariots of God, man, you ain't got the testimony, man. MOTB, great wrath coming, Jacob's trouble. You ain't speaking about that. You was a pseudo-martyria. Okay? You was a hired agent. You was a false witness, man. Let me say that. I'm going to put that in the title. Put that in the title. But yeah, man. Back in Matthew 26:50. Now the chief priests and elders and all the council sought false witness against Yahweh to put him to death, but found none. Yeah, though many false witnesses came, yet found they none. At the last came two false witnesses and said, this fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and to build it in 3 days. And the high priest arose and said unto him, answerest thou nothing? What is it which these witnesses against thee? But Yahushua held his peace, and the high priest answered and said unto him, I adjure thee by the living power, that thou tell us whether thou be the anointed, the Son of God. Yahushua said unto him, thou hast said, nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall you see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. Yeah, so the point is, man, you know, you got all these hired agents, these pseudo-martyrs, these pseudo-martyrs, man. Okay. False witnesses. Y'all niggas ain't got it, man. And the Lord, hey, like he said, nevertheless, you go see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of power, coming in the clouds of heaven. So guess what? Yahweh shall go return, and all you hired agents, you false witnesses, y'all go see it, and y'all go be punished. Okay? You will be punished. You will be cast in the lake of fire. Y'all say ain't no lake of fire, right? Y'all talking about hell. You want to go to hell so bad? All right. The Lord will send you to hell. All right, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there. I pray you was edified and exhorted. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.